What do you make of global warming?
I think it's a classic example of the need for crusades. Now, many people are shocked by these emails. I'm not at all shocked by them. I read the original UN study years ago, and I was just curious as to how they were going to deal with the question that the temperatures went up first, and then there was the increase in carbon dioxide.
Right.
Because you can't say that A causes B if B happened first. And so I read this, and I could see they were tiptoeing through the tulips and the way they phrased things and so forth. They couldn't confront that. And now we're finding out that they knew darn well they couldn't deal with all the evidence.
So it fits the pattern of a group of intellectuals, climate scientists who have a very narrow competency, suddenly proclaiming that there's a crisis, scaring the rest of us, thereby creating a demand for their services,
Yes.
not as climate scientists alone, but as a kind of high priestly caste that can tell us all how to live and save the entire planet, and in the meantime generate billions of dollars worth of government programs to fund their research initiatives. And so it's a racket.
Yes.
All right.
But again, you have to take account of the ability of human beings to rationalize. I'm sure there are scientists out there who believe some or much of what they're saying, and there are other scientists who believe the opposite. But the ones who are pushing global warming are doing their damnedest to make sure that those who believe the opposite don't get heard in the public. Global warming is the latest in a long, almost never-ending series of crusades. I've forgotten how many millions of dollars he's made out of this. The first column I ever wrote more than 30 years ago was titled "The Prophets of Doom," P-R-O-F-I-T-S, of doom. And so it's the same phenomenon today. I mean, there is money in this stuff. You have to pretend to be certain, because otherwise you'll get no support for what you're doing. I mean, you go around saying, well, I think there'll be global warming. Well, there's no money in that. I mean, there's no votes in that. I mean, I just talked to God, and he told me that it's going to be global warming. Now, let's set up a multi-billion-dollar program to stop it. So many places where they've had record low temperatures. They had snow in Houston, the earliest they've ever had. The last record for something like this was like 5 inches. They got 20 inches. I mean, and what used to amuse me a lot in recent years is when they schedule a global warming conference and they have to cancel it because of the cold.